hit.
Yeah, that was very nasty for him to deal with, especially that Dazzle.
Yeah, that Dazzle was not having fun by the end.
Not much he could do about that at all. Just got stunned up one shot.
One slap.
Absolutely,
and he was
it was just awful to watch. Really, just hurt. As a support player, I felt it deep down.
Yeah, it strikes where it hurts the most.
I expect we'll see similar bans coming up. Both teams,
imagine so. They seem
in
to
the
stick
first
to
2 games, went for this comfort bans. Yeah, Lone Druid the first one. Once again, they don't like that here.
No, I mean the bear's super annoying to deal with. That root, just slap him with the root. It's very obnoxious. Also, just running around with the Radiance, annoying. You've got so much to go late game with him because you've got
and
so many slots.
Again, the same bans coming out, just different order. Naga and Brewmaster. Same bans we've seen in the last 2 games.
They're so annoying to deal with. They're just getting rid of the annoying heroes.
Yeah, Brewmaster is so strong right now.
And Naga, I hate fighting into a Naga.
Yeah.
Just that Song of the Sirens, and it lets your opponents reset the entire team fight. Plus, if you get the Ags, that's a lot of healing done if the team fight goes south.
Medic Naga, best build. You get the Ags, a mech, and you just spend the rest of your money on salves. When you ult, you salve your whole team, full health again.
And there goes the Lifestealer again. Clearly not something Skeleton Kings wants to play against. Reasonably easy to kite around, but still, if he can get inside someone, he can come out for a surprise.
Yeah. Lakunka once again, so the same first phase bans coming out from Bristol.
Although we'll see what Skeleton Kings...
And straight in with a Bane pick, not going to be banning it out this time. That's usually been in their second phase of banning, but
they're going to pick it out this time. It's a strong first pick, a lot of lockdown, a lot of disables. And
it's a really good lane support because it has such a great ability to trade with that lifesteal.
Yeah. And can do a reasonable amount of just chunk damage in the early game. It seems like Skeleton Kings, if they're not planning to play a Bannon, they ban him out.
5 seconds remaining.
And clearly he didn't work well enough in the first game. They're not going to pick him again.
Yeah, a little bit uncertain, not on the ball with their first pick. Just like Bristol were going into their reserve time already.
Yeah.
Give it a big thing because the Ember Spirit
decide they want it this time. See if they can do a bit more with it.
Yeah, I think it was good. It gave them a much better mid lane.
Yeah,
which is
important. Give them a really strong mid lane. Clearly the mid they're most confident with. We will see where they go from it with it though. Nice amount of damage. And the Grimstroke.
It's a strong support. We saw how well it could play in that first game. They're going to pick the Tidehunter. They're swapping a couple of heroes.
Yeah, they are swapping around a bit here. Tidehunter, just unkillable, and the Doom banned out. Yeah, you don't want to see Bane, Tidehunter. They really don't like the Doom. Just don't like being silenced up quite like that.
And with the Grimstroke, the Doom is doubly as scary.
Yeah, double Doom. Oh boy, that's what you want to get down.
Yeah. So yeah, a nice simple ban coming out there. Just
10 seconds.
And the Monkey King again, just don't want it against that Ember Spirit.
No.
Cleverly not putting it through at the first phase because then they'd know the Ember Spirit was probably coming. But it just, that's not a lane, again, that it's impossible to win.
Yeah. So. I mean, I'm a little surprised they didn't, they could have, I don't know if Bristol's all that confident with the Monkey King because they could have picked it up instead of the Tidehunter, but clearly thought the Tidehunter was a bigger priority pickup.
10 seconds remaining.
Suspecting probably that the Monkey King was going to get banned.
5 seconds
remaining. I imagine they've got another plan to deal with it. They always seem to have a plan for this mid lane.
Yeah, definitely the Bloodseeker going to be the ban coming out from them this time, so
maybe something that we might see a Storm Spirit.
Yeah, was played in the first game, didn't do the most.
No, really struggled in the mid lane, but you could see him in a different lane doing
that was really
some
just
work.
Because that OD was so powerful.
Yeah. It was just not good. Coming into ban, the comfort ban of the Razor. Just a bad matchup for Ember. Just
so identical bans
bad
from last game coming up.
Yeah.
With the same mid laner, so it makes
apart
sense.
from the Bristol banning out some different ones.
I mean identical from King's College.
Interesting to see. I guess you don't want the double rupture either.
Yeah, that is also definitely something that is very scary to
5
deal with. Well, we did
seconds.
see that Rupture
Team pick.
just running away from it isn't even better. Strategy now is Jakiro.
That's an interesting one.
Do you
Give
like
some-
Jakiro?
Give some good lane
I
presence.
don't know that Jakiro is good, however.
Yeah, I'm not sold on the pick of Jakiro.
No.
I'm not a big fan of the Dumb Dragon and his chicken head. You've got Big Chin and Chicken Head,
10
and
seconds
neither
remaining.
are all that effective.
Yeah, it's not the greatest hero that can be pretty.
Death Prophet.
I like that pick. I like that pick a lot.
Interesting. It's a strong choice. Good tower push, good damage. Maybe in the mid lane.
I imagine they will be taking it to mid lane. Yeah, it's kind of rough to make it work. Anywhere else you have to get those levels.
Yeah.
The silence really nice against both the Grimstroke and the Ember Spirit. All this damage coming
10
out from him
seconds
in lane.
remaining.
It'll be really rough for the Ember Spirit to deal with.
Yeah, it's the range against melee
5
again.
seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
It's a rough old time for melee in mid.
And that Crypt Swarm Spam, Ember Spirit doesn't like dealing with that.
No, there's so much that Death Prophet can pressure with that the Ember's probably gonna have a bit of a bad time. And
I'd imagine
I'm not
so,
sure
yeah.
either the Grimstrokes or Jakiro can really help
Radiant
against that.
team pick.
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut themselves, so taking that into the safe lane.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe you match the Grimstrokes with the Juggernaut. I think maybe.
And straight in with the Crystal Maiden.
That's
A
gonna be
hero
really nice for the Death Prophet.
who-
Keep that mana up. Nice for the Tide Hunter, who also struggles with mana, and the Bane.
Yeah. And
Really
even more
nice.
team fight presence.
Yeah.
Thrust a Crystal Nova into the Titanhunter role is going to be really big.
Or yeah, the Crystal Maiden ult.
Yeah.
It's so good.
That's not Crystal Nova, that's a Q, isn't it?
Yeah.
Overall.
Freezing Field.
10 seconds remaining.
And also now she gets 20 armor
Yeah,
while
which is
channeling that.
real
Gonna
nice.
take it really nice
Remaining.
against the Juggernaut, trying to stop
Really
that.
difficult to kill.
Yeah, gonna be down to a bit of their lockdown, none of which is the most reliable of Grimstroke.
No.
Might want to be saving his silence for that. But they have a lot of team fight presence that it's going to be hard for them to remove all of it from the fight.
Skeleton Kings really liking to pick their off lane last as well, in general, whereas Bristol tends to favour the mid, although they're not last pick. Don't look like they're last picking the mid this time.
No.
Although it could be a safe lane Death Prophet, could be something funky. But I
Could
think
be, but it seems unlikely. I don't
it's
think that
a
would be.
good matchup against the Ember.
Yeah, I don't think that. And she needs those levels really quickly. To get
Yeah.
that ult up really is kind of where she gets
And
most
just-
effective. The more levels she gets in that life siphon as well, the better
Yeah,
she's going to be
that
doing. So
Siphon's a dirty
mid
ability.
is where you definitely want to put her. I'm sure she's been experimented with in other lanes, but
Yeah.
the fact that you don't see her there anymore
Yeah,
kind of says
I'm
how
sure
that would have
someone's
gone.
trying to support at one point.
Radiant
And
team
Terrorblade
pick.
banned that. Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a strong core.
It's a strong core, especially when there is so much lockdown from the rest of your team.
Yeah.
That he kind of is just free. Metamorphosis, walk in and start smacking people.
Metamorphose is his true ult.
Radiant team
Yeah, it really is.
Dire
It's not just
team
good,
pick.
but Metamorphosis is heading straight in with the anti-mage. They had that planned. They knew what they were doing.
They knew what they were doing there. The axe banned out and the anti-mage picked up. It's gonna be nasty. God, reflect that if you're not careful, he's gonna be the one only slashing you.
Yeah, or Grimstroke on you.
Yeah. Oh, that could be.
10
Oop.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, definitely a strong pick here. I
Yeah.
like it a lot.
5
And Freezing
seconds
has been
remaining.
showing a lot of aptitude on these safe lane cores. We can actually look at
Yeah.
his anti-mage stats. It's his most played
it's his
hero.
most played hero.
He has a 55% win rate on it. Over
Clearly-
300 games, so he
Clearly,
plays it a lot.
It's clearly a hero he's comfortable with.
Yeah. The Slardar coming out, that
Now
is
select
really
your
good
heroes.
against the anti-mage though.
Yes.
If you can get the blink onto him, start with the bash, get the next stun out, then Jakiro can follow up with his lockdown, then the silence can come out from Grimstroke. They have the tools, that Slardar is really kind of instrumental in giving them those tools to deal
Yeah.
with him. That's a really good pick.
Not sold on that Death Prophet cosmetic there.
Oh no, it looks terrible.
Oh.
What I am sold on is the Tide Hunter.
Oh, I love the Tide Hunter
Yeah,
hat.
just
It's
excellent.
fantastic.
I think I favour Bristol's lineup here though.
Yeah, Bristol.
They have the
Definitely on
tools
that lineup.
to deal with their anti-mage, but they need to execute that
Yeah.
stun locking
And they've just
perfectly.
not shown quite the aptitude, I don't think, to carry it out. But we'll see going into
We'll
the game.
see. Wizardzack with the big flex level 18.
Yeah.
And all of those glyphs ready, so big Crystal Maiden player. we get into game with the teams swapped around. They have the Parrot Courier. That's a
Also,
strong one.
that little icon there is
Yeah,
fantastic.
no, that's horrifying. I don't know what
Tall
you're
Pikachu.
talking about. Oh, against the weird EG Goat.
I've got to say Parrot wins it for
Yeah,
me.
Parrot wins it for me. Wait, on the Radiant this time being played by the Bristol Broodpickers, we have
I didn't see
Freezing
that
actually
coming.
going on to the Tidehunter.
You should have known better.
Not the Anti-Mage.
That's an interesting one.
Infinity is taking the Anti-Mage mid,
Oh.
and Bunnies.
Wait, does that
Onto the Death
off-lane Death Prophet?
Very interesting with
That
the
is-
safe lane.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, so we have Infinity on the Anti-Mage taking it mid in the safe lane. We have Freezing on the Tidehunter being supported by Wizardzack on that Crystal Maiden. At the top, we're going to have Bunnies on the
30
Death Prophet in the
seconds to
offlane,
battle.
supported by Aquinos. They are going to be up against, in that lane, Babbo onto the Juggernaut and Infused on the Jakiro. The mid matchup once again is going to be Dark Spear. Giving it another go on the Ember Spirit,
Yep.
and down bot Atlas and Jaws are going to be facing off against this Tidehunter safe lane.
Now, these lanes are super funky. I'm in love with these lanes right now. This is exactly what I wanted to see from Bristol. Some really, really fun
The
looking
battle
lanes.
begins.
I've no idea how Death Prophet does in the off lane. We'll find out.
No one.
Anti-Mage in mid. Again, we'll find out. And the weirdest one for me is Tidehunter in the safe lane.
Yeah, definitely. Especially when there's an Anti-Mage on the team. Is the thing.
It's. I think they picked. They went for the bamboozle picks, and it might just work.
Yeah, these lanes aren't going to be what they expected at all. Seeing as Anti-Mage in mid is going to at least throw Dark Spear off a little bit.
Yeah, that's clearly not what was expected.
Yeah, and this Mana Burn extra damage onto him is going to be doing a lot. It's going to be pretty hard for him to deal with.
Have we got a support? Is Death Prophet taking more of a supporting role?
It does. I mean, Bunnies is their support player, so it does look that way.
So it looks like we got the off-lane Bay.
Like, Babbo is going to open up with this Juggernaut. The slow from the stun sight from the Inkswell going to be enough to take down that Crystal Maiden with the spin. A lot of damage coming out from that combo.
Yeah, it's really nasty. Jug is
Yeah,
really strong in lane.
When
right
he's
now.
spinning with the Inkswell on him, there's nothing you can do just to
No.
stop him running at you.
He's gonna run at you, and you're just gonna have to hope you outlive it, or the Crystal Nova or something lets you get away.
Yeah. Top lane Jaws. Game drop pretty low. Bunny's just going for a little bit of harassed battle with Infused. Jewel Breath going to come out onto him, as is the Cripstorm on both of them. Just got those big AoEs.
Yeah.
Going to be doing a little bit of damage to each other. Freezing dropping very low down bot. He's going to go down again. Just the spin and the Inkswell going to be enough to take that kill.
This is
Babbo
looking
getting a very nice start.
slowly to start going in the way, which we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen the game start by going the way of Dire.
Oh, nice stuns out onto Aquinos up top. The Enfeeble is there though, so the negative status resistance as well, which I totally forgot about.
Yeah.
Really nice. Really good against some of these heroes, especially the Crystal Maiden getting extra Frostbolts.
An early
Frostbites
game.
onto
I remember seeing earlier in the patches, seeing Bane as a carry sometimes with that brain stab,
Yeah.
and it does so much damage and so much life gain early. I think that's what they're going for here.
Yeah, when you hit level 15, your Enfeeble starts stealing that attack damage, so you do hit very, very
Yeah.
fast.
Hit like a truck. I
The
think
Life
that's the plan.
Siphon, the Spirit Siphon coming out onto Jaws, so he just has to back up, get a little bit of health back from that south before coming back forward to go fully fine. There is now the Liquid Fire on the
Yeah.
side of Infuse, so he can get some of that extra harass without having to spend his mana.
Yeah.
A benefit that Bunnies doesn't have.
No, he's going to be spending a lot of mana. Although they do have the Crystal Maiden to help with that.
Yeah. Both mid players going to
Oh,
be going
up
for
top.
a salvo, though Aquinos going to get stunned up. Damage is coming onto him. He's probably going to fall here. Yet one more right click at quite some range, actually.
Yeah.
Jaws extending his arms a little bit there to finish
Reaching
off him.
just
That
with the-
Bane.
Arms outstretched, just with the tip of the mace.
I don't know why I'm miming it out, but
No, none of you can
Here we
see
are.
us.
once again, here comes the silence onto Freezing with the stun and the Inkswell. He's probably just going to drop. He's getting solo. One more hit.
Ooh.
The Rend from the Phantom's Embrace is going to be enough to finish him off.
Yeah.
4 kills so far, going the way.
George, though, is getting very low at this on this top lane.
Infused going to have to give him his salve. 2 salves used by that. The Cryptstorm's going to come forward just to cancel that out, leaving him at about half health.
and not doing an inconsequential amount of damage.
Bunnies has 2 more mangas, so he's ready to keep spamming this out as well. As there's already a solving out on Bane, so he's gonna just keep spamming this brain sap.
Yeah.
And the solving damage doesn't matter to him because he has the brain sap heal. Jaw's gonna get life siphoned up once again, getting so low. This is really hard lane for him.
Yeah, he is not having fun in this lane. However, this Jug having
it is really
the
smart
time of his life
to put the Jug down bottom instead of up that top lane against them. Obviously, they didn't know these were going to be lanes when they did it.
No,
but I think they assumed the Juggernaut would have a better latch up.
Yeah,
against the anti-mage anyway.
Yeah, and it turns out putting him against the Tidehunter does pretty well.
Yeah.
This feels like a far more full protect 1 strategy.
Yeah, and the mid matchup going very, very evenly. 23 last hits on the anti-mage to 22 on the Ember Spirit.
Yeah.
A couple more denies coming up for the Ember Spirit as well. Anti-mage is also quite low. Let's have another salve ready, so can pop that if he needs to.
Not in too much danger, I don't think, right
Jaws
now.
is just going to have to saunter on back to base, unfortunately.
He's just being
bottom lane once again. They're going up with the spin and the ink swirl. It gets them both in the ink swirl. That's really big. Wizardzack in so much trouble right now. The silence as well is out onto the Tidehunter. Really nicely played by Atlas, and Babo going to pick up both of those kills.
That is very, very nice on him.
Very far ahead right now.
This is going really well for the Dire. We might be able to see them pick up a game here.
Yeah, that bot lane, that combo of the Juggernaut and the Grimstroke is just really, really potent.
Juggernaut is so potent in lane during this patch. Yeah, he's one of the strongest laners, I feel, at the minute.
Arcanos going to get slowed up, turn around, get a Nightmare up onto Jaws. Bunny's ready with the crit storm. He's just going to hit him and take the sleep off.
Yes.
I'm not sure. I
Questionable.
think there was just a little bit of a lack of communication there.
Mid lane, Infinity still just very low. Has hit 6, not going to bother with the ult. It doesn't really do a whole lot at level 1, so going to back off. Looks like he's going to shrine for that HP while getting a few jungle camps kills under his belt. Wizardzack, he's come top, as has Atlas, so it's a 3v3 fight right now, and Atlas is going to get the rend damage with that Phantom Embrace onto 1. Refresh the cooldown. It's probably going to just take out Arcanos as well. Yeah, the rend damage not quite there, so it's not going to refresh the cooldown. Can't get it back onto Wizardzack, but that's a 2-for-1. In comes the anti-mage. He got the ult from that neutral camp. It's going to be enough to take down the Jakiro, and the Crystal Nova is there at level 2, just to finish off the Slardar. Nice rotations coming in.
Yeah, from both teams.
2-for-2.
It was nice.
Both
Both teams traded nicely there.
Yeah.
Neither getting too far ahead during that trade, but definitely feeling like it's going the way of the Dire right now.
Yeah. Nice little boost. He has made some science is onto him. He can't blink away. He's going to have to kill this. All the duration's just going to be refreshed. A stun comes out. Follow-up stuns. He's going to die here. That's really nice play. Oh, they didn't get any more. There was no mana. Atlas couldn't Phantoms embrace him again. The cooldown was refreshed, but he just couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Really lucky there for the Entomage to get away from that. But a little bit more mana on Atlas, and he was 100% dead.
Yeah, I so thought he was dead there.
Bambo leveled up to 6, got that Omni Slash solo kill on to the Tidehunter. This Juggernaut's having a
he's having the game of his life down here. He's basically has the lane all to himself.
The brawl just continues up top. Atlas playing very well, bringing out this Grimstroke, who's clearly very comfortable on doing
this
really good work.
This never-ending team fight, though, is much more benefiting the Dire side than it is the Radiant right now. The Dire side is cutting about even during the team fight, but the big victory for them is looking down the bot lane.
Darkspeed's getting really low. You're going to have to be careful here. One more brain sap and he's going to be in a lot of trouble. While bot lane Anti-Mage coming back in. Atlas has the silence onto him. Stuns are out. The Inkswell is there, ready to stun him up once again. The silence is still on him. Does he have mana for another one this time? No. Once again. He keeps getting that rend off, refresh on the cooldown, and just not being able to refresh it.
But down this bottom lane, this Juggernaut, he just has free farm.
45 last hits off on him now, 46. Doing
He's
so well.
He's 2 levels ahead of this Tidehunter. Yeah. And I'm not sure why the Tidehunter was being played safe, but doesn't seem to be working out too much against this Jug.
Wizardzack going to come back down just to try and do something to this Juggernaut.
Yeah, just...
But it opens up his team in the top lane. Anti-Mage silenced up again, is going to be able to kill the Phantom's Embrace
down
little
bottom,
gremlin
though,
this time to get away.
Juggernaut is trying to get something here.
Doesn't have the spin, so he's looking like he's probably going to drop. In comes Darkspear, though. Is it going to be enough? Yes! He's going to take out the Crystal Maiden, take his kill, and just
although, lot of gold going the way of Tidehunter there.
Yeah,
Putting
500
him
gold for that kill. Very
right
nice.
back where he wants to be, ideally, with these fights.
Flames will spread
on net worth.
rise.
Yeah, 4,200. The anti-mage sitting on 2,900 right now, so he is really, really far ahead.
Yeah. And the Ember Spirit has
Oh,
clearly
Barney's
won.
in a lot of danger here. The Ice Path hits onto him. They do have to get in. Jaws going to have to get some kind of CC onto him.
Rest in peace.
The life siphon is still there, so he's gaining a lot of health, but he's not going to be able to save him. Jaws, though, slowed up, rooted up. Anti-Mage coming in with the hits. Going to blink forward onto Infused, actually. He has the ult ready, and Infused is missing quite a bit of mana, so that is going to be bad if he gets it onto him. And Infinity's going to drop really loads of that.
Whoa.
Sleight of Fist,
Under
though.
attack.
That TP there, just avoiding the Ice Path.
Really nicely done from Darkspear to come in and save his teammates there. It's
Yeah.
a fairly big engagement. A lot of time committed by the anti-mage. Just going to have to TP back to the lane.
They
and
just
farming.
had to back off there. And it,
Bot lane, Bunny's going to get Omni slashed up. Probably going to fall to that on his own. Now the charge comes on to Akranos. Tried to get the Fiend's Grip up, but it's not going to finish. The Inkswell Nut Stun was there to just stop him finishing that.
Juggernaut,
No damage really came on
he
the
was
Juggernaut.
just too close there and could spin and yeah, nearly taking down that Tidehunter as well.
Yeah, the Inkswell Stun just there in time. Ooh, Atlas gone a bit too far forward here. This is pretty bad for him. Just going to drop.
Yeah,
Radiant's
just getting a
middle
bit too
tower is
cocky
under
there.
attack.
Tis mine.
I'm not sure these funky lanes paid off.
The Juggernaut just pulling really far ahead. Anti-Mage going to go ahead and get 2 runes a piece here as Infused, and Darkspear also picked up.
And I don't think the anti-mage over in the mid lane did
They
quite
want
what they
Juggernaut
wanted.
right now. He does have to spin ready. As soon as the Frostbite comes onto him, he's going to spin and go towards Wizardzack. He's going to want to start backing up though, because the Bane is right there. Isn't going to be in range for the Nightmare, however. Just going to get the Enfeeble onto him, and everybody's going to go their separate ways, unharmed, relatively.
But yeah, as I was saying, I think the Gambit to put the anti-mage in the mid lane to try and counteract the Ember Spirit didn't really work this time.
But Darkspear is in a lot of trouble. He's slept up. Is there a silence available? No, there is not. So he's going to be able to slight and Remnant away. And now the rest of his team are coming to support him. The Ice Path's not going to connect on the Bunny. That was so close. Really looked like he was in that model. Oh, the Sleight of Fist almost being enough to finish off
is under
that.
attack.
And it is the second one. That Death Prophet going to drop. Really nicely done by Darkspear. Aquanos also in a bit of danger here. The Sleight of Fist spams.
Radiant
It's level 4. It's doing quite a lot of damage
Yeah,
to these heroes.
it's nice to see a more right-click build this time.
They're going
on
into the
him.
drums first, so still could go kind of either way, but
Yeah,
looking
I
like it's going to
feel
be
it's more a right-clicky
the
build.
right fit, right click, just from his skill build
Yeah.
more than anything. It's Juggernaut getting up. He's got his first Blade of Alacrity halfway to his next one, so he can smoke in his bottom lane.
Radiant's bottom
Start heading
tower
into the
is
jungle,
under
but they're
attack.
probably going to get spotted out by Wizards like here, and they're just out of range. Isn't going to pop the smoke and wrap around into the rest of the jungle. Wizards like expertly skirting the smoke that
Yeah.
he doesn't know exists.
Yeah, all skill, no luck.
Haven't been able to find anyone yet. Infused is with them. Might be acting as just a little bit of a bait as the Bane starts TPing. He's gonna put up the smoke. So they are gonna be visible now. Getting close to this
Radiant's
anti-mage,
middle
but
tower is
he's
under
he's gonna see
tuck
them
away.
coming, just blink out of there, be perfectly safe.
Yeah, although this Bane, he is under tower, but
Silence comes up onto
I
him.
don't
He is
think
going to be able
that's
to get rid of that though, so the rend damage isn't going to be there, and the root is onto him, so the Inkswell isn't going to be enough to ruin him.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Now here comes the team fight. Darkspear is there, and there's Crystal Maiden.
oh,
Ready enough to deter them from this.
yeah.
Infinity can just kill Infused at any point here with his ult. Instead, he's going to run him down, right click him, not be able to get away. Spirit Siphon out onto Atlas. Here come the ghosts. A lot of damage going to be coming out from them, and the silence onto 2. So this is really bad. They're going to have to start retreating. Nice ult on to Grimstroke's going to finish him off. Arcanos is getting very low in that. Oh, Ember Spirit in a bit of danger, but putting a Remnant out before that Sleight of Fist getting
Dire's middle tower is
chased
under
down
attack.
by Freezing. Has another Remnant out by that tier 2 tower. So you can have them spamming these Sleight of Fists with a little bit of safety, but these ghosts are chunking down this tower. They have to try and deal with Barney's here. Going to see drums up, forging straight towards him. The ghosts aren't coming back yet, so he's just going to drop in the back line. Freezing tries to do something, but Babo spinning is going to take him out. He does have the Ravage, but I don't think it's worth committing here because he's probably
No,
just dead.
I think
Taking very little damage. His Anchor Smash is just reducing Babo's damage to almost nothing on him with the Kraken Shell as well.
He's
He needs
just-
Jakiro to start getting the magic damage onto him.
No.
He is so tanky, the spin's going to be enough to finish him off.
Yeah. That was ludicrous. They bought a lot of time though on that
Yeah.
Tidehunter. Means they're probably not going to take much more than
Mid
maybe
tower's very low.
mid tier. But they can't get anything else past that now.
It is a big tower to take.
Yeah.
Well, these Aknos looking to
back
do something
here.
about it. Aknos going to get hit out
They are just going to
by
make
that stroke of bait. Ooh, very nice slight chains onto the Bane there with a little bit of follow-up damage from the Jakiro. He's very slow and it looks like he may want to commit onto it. Going to get a little bit further in, change their mind as the anti-mage. Here he is, the Inkswell's there, they're ready to try and stun him out. You can't reflect that stun, but there's so much damage, there's a big nuke coming out from the Brain Sap. The rest of the team are there. And the Gush is going to be enough just to finish him off.
I'm not sold on this Jakiro still.
Me neither.
He's got to do something impressive to sell me on it. And it looks like the Radiant team are starting to claw this back from the Dire. If they keep making good team fights like that, taking out what they need when they need it, it could go back their way.
Yeah, it's really all about just delaying this Radiant team until the anti-mage is big enough right now.
It's really interesting to see Bristol a bit more on the back foot, see how they play from that position. We've seen how well they can do once they're ahead to stay ahead, but let's see how well they can do with coming
In the
back.
top lane, the Inkspell spin is there onto Akronos. He isn't going to pull yet, and he's going to get the Fiend Script off. This is really bad for the Juggernaut. Going to get finished off by that. Akronos dropping very low, and he does have that Soulbind on him, so he's going to fall. As is Bunny's probably, though in comes the anti-mage to support his death profit. Atlas dropping very low, and the anti-mage ult is going to be there to finish him off now. Infused is trying to run away, but Infinity hot on the tail. He's going to get rooted up. Very nice icebox, keep him alive a little bit. Going to tango his way through the trees with his last tango, and the root onto the anti-mage is going to force him away, but the remnants are there to chase him down. One slight, it's probably going to be enough to finish off. He might just burn down. The slight is there anyway, finishing him. Very nice TP rotation in from Darkspear. Now he's going on to Wizard's Eye, trying to finish him. Has the remnant, but not the mana to use it. If he had managed to get to that one, would have been pretty bad for Wizard's Eye.
Yeah, that would be probably Wizard's Eye dead.
While bot lane, another fight breaking out. Jaws dropping very low, and the Brain Sap is there just to finish him off. In comes the Juggernaut though with the Omni Slash and the spin, trying to do something, but he just doesn't have the damage on his own.
That Tide Hunter's just got too much health there. Nothing he can do there. That Tide Hunter's going to be really good at just sitting there and soaking up the Omni Slash hits.
Yeah, really good if you just group up with him like that Bane did.
Yeah, just
Great
hug,
way to protect yourself.
hug the big fish. He's very huggable, I would imagine.
Probably wet and slimy though.
I don't know. He looks kind of cuddly.
Nah, I mean, whatever floats your boat, but they are going to be looking to kill him, it does seem. A lot of TP rotations down here. Atlas is going to spot him out. But just back up lane. No, he's very tanky. And with the Shrine in the vicinity of him, there would be a lot of potential for a TP rotation to save him.
Playing really nicely around these shrines is what Bristol has done so far, and it's let these counter initiations come in from the TPs.
Not where you want to try and take this fight. Every member of his team has a TP available other than the Crystal Maiden. They're going to go in on him. He's silenced up. He is dropping very quickly. There's no TP rotations coming.
No.
They're just going to let him drop. There was 5 members right around him.
Yeah.
Juggernaut a little bit further away, but they saw him farming, knew he could get there pretty quickly with those phase boots. So
yeah, if they committed into that fight, I think they would have lost.
yeah, they're going to give him up, take the tier 1 top instead. As Dire, they look to push towards this tier 2 in the bottom lane.
Yeah, it's nice to see Dire ahead for once. They've had a tough old time against Bristol, and it's nice to see what they can do when they have the lead.
Yeah, and they're pushing it very well as well. They're really going for the objectives. Ember Spirit in a little bit of trouble here. Just he has the remnant. He's fine, and he's all the way now back down bot with his team, ready to start pressuring this tower.
Yeah, that tier 2 is not surviving.
He's going for the Radiance.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I like it. Helps
Even
against the
more
Jug.
burn.
More burn. Helps with the mischance slightly against the Jug.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Against the anti-mage. Jug's on.
Yeah, sorry, the anti-mage even.
Juggernaut is going to TP up just to stop any more pressure coming onto this tier 2 from the anti-mage. The entire Bristol team is in this vicinity though. The Spirit Siphon going to start coming out onto Infuse. Anti-Mage looking like he was going to commit onto that as soon as he gets too deep below the tier 2 low and changes his mind. In comes Jaws. Looking for something. It's going to get the Corrosive Haze onto the Anti-Mage, and here comes the Soulbind, and the Ember Spirit's coming in as well. The chains are going to be there. There's so much damage. Silences as well. This is huge. Grimstroke doing absolutely amazing stuff there. The Fiend Script's out onto the Ember Spirit, but it's not going to be enough to do anything. Atlas, what a play.
That was huge there. That Atlas earned his dinner there. That was... God, that was quite the play.
Massive from Atlas, and with all the physical damage and the Corrosive Haze, it's their turn for an early Roshan off the back of that.
really showing what that hero can do, even on his own without the crazy ult multiplier. Just being able to disable their 2 cores. There was no way that Anti-Mage was getting out of there. And taking out the Bane as well.
Yeah, it stops the ult from the Maiden deterring anything else. It stopped the Anti-Mage's link. That was absolutely massive. He knew his team were there in the vicinity. He knew that he could commit on something like that. They're going to get the rush. Oh, they're going to try. Wizards are going to try and do something about it, but it's going to get Omni slashed up. Another kill for Babos. Darksphere's going to take the engine. In comes a Ravage onto 4.
Bit late.
Yeah, just going to be silenced. Nightmare's there to save him, and in come the Ghosts. So this might be the engage they were looking for. Atlas is dropping very low, but Bunnies, even with those Ghosts, is going to get chunked down. 3 dead. The Macro Pyre actually doing quite a lot of work there. They're all so low, but they're going to get 3 for nothing. A Ravage out of it, and an Aegis out of it.
That was not the team fight you wanted. I think the Tidehunter wanted to come in, try and Ravage before they picked up the Aegis, grab it himself. Nice little cheeky steal, but just didn't work out for him.
Yeah, this is looking really, really good for the Dying team, for Skeleton Kings College.
This looks like it might be a quick game for them. They
Moving
keep
up this
pushing.
Anti-Mage trying to get something done up top, trying to match this kind of tower aggression. Force it into a Lisa trade, but he's not going to be doing it anywhere as near as fast. He's got his Battle Fury now, but he's not even up to the Yasha to want the Panther.
We haven't seen anything this aggressive from either team, really. They're knocking at... They're going to knock at the tier 3s. I think they're going to...
Babo's sticking around like he wants to. They have the Aegis on Darkspear.
And they have the Remnant to come back,
so he
back in.
TP'd away just to make sure that that tier 2 didn't get pressured too hard by Anti-Mage, who's heading back down through the jungle towards his own team, trying to get a little bit of support for them.
But they're knocking at tier 3s 20 minutes in with an 8k gold lead. This is what I wanted to see for them. They've really turned it around this game.
Yeah, Darkspear has money for his Radiance as well.
He's going to just pick up the Radiance.
Going to get it brought in, probably before they want to do too much with this high ground. I think it's fine for them to back up, as long as they start getting the aggression onto the high ground within... Wizards are just deciding, I don't want that DD, but no one's having it.
No, and I'm going to leave you a snowman to show it.
No, and it's a lot safer denying that than going for it as well. With kind of, like, they don't like necessarily that there isn't any war division around there. They have the obs, but they don't have the sentry. So
yeah, and the little cheeky snowman afterwards just to prove it. Anti-Mage though is getting there eventually. He got his Battle Fury now, just farming up, looking for that Manta, the Macro Pyre.
Just pushing out the lane.
Just pushing out the lane.
It's such a short cooldown, you're happy to use it for that.
It is just a farming ability a lot of the time. Anti-Mage is getting quite greedy here, behind the tier 2s.
Yeah, he's getting up towards that Manta style.
Although he can see that he's just going to cut this creep wave and stop the push on his tier 2 here.
Yeah, although they do have one creep and a party, so if they can keep them alive,
they're
going to be fine just to carry on chunking this tower down.
Yeah.
Jaws, he's more than happy to tank this with the healing ward behind him.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like there's going to be any response from Bristol.
Healing ward gives you such good tower push. It gives you such sustain if you can keep it alive.
And this is when they're going to want to start looking at this high ground.
Yeah.
There is either way for Chris. They've got no creeps in any lane right now.
The Anti-Mage is it Anti-Mage or Crystal that's just...
It's Anti-Mage is just doing a really good job at pushing out these waves. Like, he's going to do it again up top. Just finish this off, as well as stacking for himself. So he's escalating his farm very nicely.
Yeah, he might be able to get back in this if he plays his counter right. Down bot as well, they're pushing the lanes in.
We just really need to see at this point from this King's College team aggression, so they can push their advantage that they have before the Anti-Mage can
They need to finish soon.
Yeah,
they're on a clock now. This Anti-Mage is starting to build, and really they don't want to spend their time shutting down this Anti-Mage. They need to finish.
Darkspear up onto the high ground. He's doing a lot of damage with each hit onto the tower actually. Sleight of Fist going to chunk down Freezing a little bit, pushing back, and here's the healing ward once again. That's what they were waiting for. Give them the confidence to get up here.
And that Radiance provides just a huge amount of right-click damage.
The sleep is up and followed by the root onto Darkspear. He's going to be just fine, and now onto Freezing. If they can take down that Tidehunter, it's absolutely huge. And
Wizark
Ravage is big here.
Wizark being kept out of the fight, stopping the Crystal Nova being thrown down. And the
Freezing dropping so low, but the Ravage is going to be there. The Omni Slash was already popped though, so it's going to be enough to stop him from following up himself. Wizards are trying to do something, but probably going to fall here, dropping very low. Darkspear with that Radiance just forging forward, taking out the Beans gripping Bane, just saving his Juggernaut. He is dropping very low, but he has the Aegis. He doesn't care. He's being so aggressive. Gonna just Remnant back to his team. A little bit away. They don't have any creeps. In comes the anti-mage. Oh, isn't gonna find anything though. The stun and the silence onto him. Gonna get Nightmared up just to keep him alive. But the Magpie's there and he's gonna die Dark Spear. Only just gonna drop the Aegis though. Is there for him to down. Anti-mage does have a buyback. He's not gonna want it use it this early. Babo just waiting for his healing ward. It's back up, so they're gonna get healthy again. Gonna go back up onto the high ground with 2 kills. No Ravage, no Ghosts, no freezing field. How do they defend this?
I don't know how. You need to keep this aggression up.
Dark Spear up with the Inkswell. God's gonna get rooted, but gonna finish off the Bane, so he's down for an entire minute, and Barrow's gonna find one as well. They're straight onto tower. There is backdoor protection. Are they going to be able to chunk through it? It looks like they are.
Creeps are on their way though.
Yeah, creeps are almost here, so this backdoor protection is going to go down. There it is. And they're going to do so much damage to these ranks so quickly. 24 minutes, and they're going to take a lane.
They've got no ults left to defend. It's going to be difficult. They need to rotate to the bot lane or something.
Pings come out to bottom. They're going to go for 2 lanes here. There's still the creeps in the base, so there is no backdoor. But if these creeps mid do die, it is going to get a little bit tougher for them to find these buildings and objectives. This tower is going to drop. Ice Path out and a stun forward, but the Kraken Shell's going to be there just to get it off in the nick of time. So Freezing's going to be able to back up, get away, come back in with the Taunt. The Root again with the Grimstroke onto these, and the silence and the stun. Atlas again finding the targets he needs with the Soulbind. GG's called.
Yeah, that was brutal. They had no way to